The big payback. Ha! That's what we got going on right here. The big payback. That's what's happening right now. The left, I'm sorry, the right is paying the left back for its censorship. The right, oh shit, paying the left back. Ooh, double talk. Let me click out of that. There we go. My bad. Anyway, the right is paying back the left for its censorship. And Jimmy Kimmel got caught in the middle. And Jimmy Kimmel is caught in the middle. That's the time we in right now in the United States. So with that being said, we are about to get all the way into it. Give me about 30 seconds and we will get started. Yes, it is the payback. It is the payback. We about to talk about this whole situation going on right now. But you know what? This is the cost of censorship, and this is why back in 2016, 2017, they were talking about kick Trump off Twitter and Alex Jones. I was like, hell nah. Let Trump say all the hell he want. Let Alex Jones say all he want. Because all they're going to do is, if you allow them to let those degenerates get censored, they're just going to bring it back on people you may or may not like. On people you may like. So that's what happened. It is that time. It is that time in America, and black folks, stay out of it. Stay out of it. It's that time.
Do dealing. Yes, you can. But don't.
I could dig rapping. I could dig scrapping.
Hey!
The big payback. It's the big payback. So what am I talking about here? All right, let's break it down. What's up? With that being said, welcome chat room. Thank y'all for joining. What's up, Iron Will? It is what it is. Essentials. Great Black Sharks up in this motherfucker. Salute to you, my brother. King, Mogul Maze, Denise. I can't say hi to everybody. Sherelle Bryant. Can't say hi to everybody because I want to get into it. I told y'all before, I hate when I be watching other YouTube shows and I'm like, God damn it, get to the content. So with respect to the chat room, let me get to the content. So for those of you who don't know, late night unfunny host Jimmy Kimmel was indefinitely, he's not fired. I just put this up here for the Apprentice. For those of you who watch the show The Apprentice, You know, this is a sort of an ode to that. He's not fired, but he's been indefinitely terminated, suspended, I should say. And they want him to, in order to come back, they want him to apologize, donate to Turning Point USA, and give a significant donation to Charlie Kirk's wife. And black folks, I don't always say that. I always say nobody has truly apologized to us, including Vlad, because an apology always comes with money. When people got to apologize to them folks, you got to donate to their foundations. That's where the apology is halfway accepted. Anything short is not an apology. Anything short of donating significant money to a foundation that pushes your cause, not the NAACP, definitely not Al Sharpton. You know, that's an apology. So Jimmy Kimmel was sanctioned, and he was really put out and censored over nothing. Trump has been very sensitive and petty, but at the end of the day, Trump is a sensitive, petty motherfucker. Let me see if I can find the comments. Let me see, where is it at? Let me see if I look on Twitter. Here it is. This is what Jimmy Kimmel said that got him
We
back.
hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
So that right there is what got Kimmel indefinitely suspended. All right? So you say, okay, that's petty. And what I don't like is the fact that Attorney General Pam Bondi recently talked about this censorship. Pam Bondi recently talked about it. She wants a crackdown. And so what we're starting to see is the right is starting to use a term that was coined by the left, and that's hate speech. They try to consider hate speech things that are anti-Trump, things that are anti-Charlie Kirk. They want hate speech to be grouped in with racism. Let me turn some music on. There we go. They want hate speech. They want all that stuff grouped in together. Okay? And this is one ugly ass broad right here, Pam Bondi. Talk about somebody that look like she sucked her way to the top. Here you go. I'm not saying she has. I don't know. I'm just saying it looked like one. Look at them neck wrinkles right there. The neck muscles getting white. Look at what's going on around her mouth right here. Talk about somebody who got their job through nefarious means, huh? I digress. I'm just saying her lips are stretched out. That's all. Anyway, she wants to cut down on free speech. So we're seeing the right go to free speech real hard. This is what I want to bring up. I see a lot of people talking about how this is censorship, this is bad, and it is. But remember this about politicians. Politics. The Republicans and the Democrats play good cop, bad cop. And they use our emotions to want to make rash decisions on one side, not thinking about the blowback and the consequence. The law of reciprocity still and is always at work. You will get what you put out. The grave you dig, it will be a grave that you probably sleep in. The grave you dig for someone else is the grave you'll probably die in. Everything falls in line with the 7 laws of the universe, the 7 hermetic principles. And the law of correspondence, the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, these laws are always at play, even socially. Why am I bringing this up? During the Trump years, the first Trump years, well, we take this back to, let's take it back a little further. Let's go back to Obama. It was during the Obama administration to where, and I'm not saying this to be provocative. If I want to be provocative, trust me, I know how to be provocative. I'm saying this as a teaching point. So I'm not trying to be provocative. But before the Obama administration, 2006, 2007, 2008, you can say faggot all day. Nobody cared. It was sometime during 2008-9. I remember they had the commercials on TV. It was an NBA commercial with like Grant Hill, Steve Nash. Hey, don't say the word gay. Don't use the word gay to describe things. Like, remember in the 2000s, it was normal to say, oh man, that shit's gay. And there was no pushback. It was like, yeah, whatever. It was like it didn't mean anything. During the Obama administration, it went from, you saw these big, huge public service announcements saying, don't say these words, it's impolite. So between 2009, 2012, the word basically went from a normal word that you didn't have to look over your shoulder that you said in 2008 to by the time 2011 came, it was like, you better not say that word. Chat room, do you remember? There was an incident at a Laker game in the 2011 season where Kobe Bryant got called for a foul by referee Bennett Salvatore. And referee Kobe went to the bench and he called him Benny. Benny, then he hit the seat. He said, Benny, you fucking faggot. Kobe said that. And then Kobe got suspended. Kobe had to then face a penalty for something that was never a penalty before that in basketball. On a basketball court, people said that word left and right. People said that word till their teeth went white. Not calling it right or wrong. This is a history lesson. This is talking about, because societies change every 20 to 25 years. Every 20 to 25 years, society shifts and we're in new societies. So we're now dealing with a time where we're leaving the old society. We're coming into the society that we're in right now, this polite society. And Kobe got suspended, and Kobe got made an example of to the point to where they basically didn't call a foul. You could hack the shit out of Kobe the rest of his career. They didn't call a foul. That was the same season the Lakers ended up getting swept by the Mavericks because Pau Gasol played like a bitch. He was mad because Shannon Brown smashed his gal. Pau Gasol, I'll never forgive you for that. That's why you'll never be a top 5 Laker, Pau Gasol. You quit that season against the Mavericks because you was mad that Shannon Brown was smashing your gal. But that's a side story. I'm sorry. I'm a Laker fan as long as LeBron's not there. You know, I'm a Laker fan in recess until until that nigga leave. But that got played up really, really big. And then after that, the word got taken out. And then from there, it got taken into, okay, it went from, okay, it's impolite to use this word to where now it's a hate crime if you use this word. And it started to become hate crimes. And then people online, the early days of online censorship, 2016, a lot of that was centered around LGBTQ. The earliest days of you getting kicked, like getting a strike on Facebook. On Facebook, I used to call Larry. Larry's name was Fagget on Facebook from the moment we became Facebook friends until the day I got a 30-day ban on Facebook for using the word. That was just I used to describe Larry. You know? It wasn't no offense to nobody that's of that community. Well, I can see how that community would be offended thinking that Larry one of them. I get it. I'm offended that Larry on the straight side, so I get it. But that's a side story. Social media platforms, during the Obama administration, 14, 15, and 16, you started getting censored for using the word, for describing things you didn't like as gay. So now it's normalized, but a lot of your early censorship started around the use of that word, not the N-word. People say the N-word all goddamn day. Nigga, and nothing happened. But if you called them the F word, it was maximum punishment. So that started the momentum going back the other way. And then Trump got in office. And when Trump got in office, one thing that helped Trump get in office was Trump was vulgar. Trump represented the time you could say anything you wanted to say and get away with it. So when Trump came in around 2016, the left during the Obama administration between 2008 and 2015 basically changed how America communicated. Everything became politically correct. The politically correct pendulum has swung to as far as it could go under Obama, to where they started criminalizing, meaning punishing through social media apparatuses and through jobs. So Trump came in and Trump started saying, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say. And Trump started to get very vulgar. And the left that worked so hard to make everything PC started attacking Trump and Trump supporters. You start seeing calls to get Trump banned off Twitter. They actually got Alex Jones banned off Twitter. Glenn Beck had gotten kicked off TV. Bill O'Reilly during that time. You saw a lot of stuff that was happening in media. And people were getting kicked off and censored on the right wing all throughout the Trump administration, to where once Trump was out of office, he got kicked off of Twitter under hate speech, saying things that people don't like. Question. Did people not think that he would fight back? That the right wing would fight back? Crazy part about it is, when it came down to censorship, before Alex Jones got censored, now I remember Louis Farrakhan was really the first to get kicked off the internet. If you was on the internet too, like me, I'm born in the 80s. I'm born in 81, raised in the 90s. I remember seeing Farrakhan, the Million Man March, and all before that. He'll be on Sally Jesse Raphael or Phil Donahue show. They would bring on Khalid Muhammad, and they would bring on Dr. Welsing on those talk shows in the early 90s, late 80s. When Farrakhan hit that Million Man March, they, for the most part, X'd him off TV. You stopped seeing anybody that was real and black after the Million Man March, 1995. No more Khalid Muhammad on TV. No more Farrakhan. No more Claude Anderson. Only thing we got was Jesse Jackson and the Michael McDonald. Not Michael McDonald. What's that? Michael Eric Dyson. That proclivity speaking ass nigga. Like, where in the hell I'm looking for Farrakhan type dudes, and we getting this new dude named Michael Eric Dyson because of the proclivities of the infatuation of the. Wait, nigga, shut the fuck up and say goddamn English, you 6-syllable sissy. The proclivities of the intermachinationists of the. Shut the fuck up. Start getting that bullshit. So they censored black men a long time ago. It's always us first. They censored us off TV because we're always the first to get it. And then when the internet came around, that's when we started hearing Farrakhan, my generation. We got to really hear Farrakhan because I had a particular point of view on Farrakhan that was very, very negative before YouTube. And when YouTube came around, I got to hear Farrakhan speeches at length. And I was like, oh, he wasn't what they was telling me when I was a kid. Because I was like 12 when Farrakhan was on TV. Only thing I wasn't, ain't no 12-year-old about listening to no goddamn Farrakhan full interview. I'm like, I want to go outside and play basketball. But I listened to some of it, then they were highly edited, of course. And then after Farrakhan's off, in the recap, they just diss him and diss him and diss him and diss him. So I had a negative opinion of Farrakhan just because all I heard was negative shit as a kid. The internet, when I got to hear him be like, oh shit, he ain't who they said he was. He's much bigger than that. You know? The internet is where we found Dick Gregory, Judge Joe Brown. Salute to We All Be TV, Ronald Hurd. I'm always going to give credit where credit is due for really bringing Dick Gregory and Judge Joe Brown to the forefront. We All Be TV, Brother Ronald Hurd's channel. This time 10 years ago, that's when we started hearing about Delbert Blair and Phil Valentine. And we got re-engaged with Khalid Muhammad. We got re-engaged because the internet was open. Well, when they started to close the internet off, Farrakhan was basically the first person that they kicked off the internet. He did that Breakfast Club interview. He did that Million More March in 2015, 16, and it was lights out for Farrakhan. It was lights out for Farrakhan. And it was the black people who were kicked off the internet first. For you white folks and people who say, well, we just get down with the whites. Black people have never been against getting with white folks. But when the fuck have they ever spoken up for us? They didn't come out and say, hey, that's wrong. The left and the right agreed and said nothing when Farrakhan got kicked out off the internet. Said nothing. No liberal, no conservative, no independent. All of them acting like nothing going on here, nothing to see. Right? Right? I remember Brother Ronald Hurd talking about them taking down his Dick Gregory videos. Ronald Hurd was like the interviews that he had did, they started striking his channel from interviews he did with Dick Gregory back in 2013. They started attacking us first. Nobody said nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So they started going at us first. And when everybody said nothing, 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 then they went after Alex Jones. Yeah, they got Rizza Islam right. They was every time you looked up, they was taking the Rizza page down. And then the pandemic hit. Oh, the left is in control. Biden is here. It started with you can't say the FAGGET word. And then it went into you can't say vaccine. You got to call it a jab. Don't say nothing about this virus. We couldn't say COVID-19. You couldn't say coronavirus. These words were censored. You had to say the C-19. Here on this channel, I would call it the Woompty Waps. I called the virus the Woompty Waps because you couldn't say it. You couldn't question the length and how much time it took for them to create a vaccine. No questions, no questions. Shut up, please. Just take it and shut the fuck up. Or get fired. See, when the virus happened, that's when it went from the internet to the people. Now you started getting fired from your job. Not only if you refuse to take the Woompty Wham Boomty Bamps, but if you spoke out and said something against the Woompty Wham Boomty Bamps, the left went after your job. You don't wear a mask, they're going after your job. You say anything about a virus, they're going after your online platform. And the left started banning people willy-nilly, left and right. You said something about a jab, you're out of here. And what they do is they play on your emotions. So are you saying that you're gonna allow there's no herd immunity? You can get my grandmother sick by you not taking the jab. Are you gonna get my great uncle sick because you refuse to wear a mask? Guilt, 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 guilt. And through guilt, they created enemies. Okay, all of us, we gonna take the jab, we gonna wear a mask. Anyone who's not is our enemy. What happens when you make people your enemy? The person that made them your enemy can now get you to vote against your self-interest, to go against your self-interest. I had to deal with that with a friend recently. Somebody trying to make me an enemy by lying on me. And it made a friend do like this to me. But it all comes out in the wash. You dig? It all comes out, and it's coming out. It came out. We good. But I got a personal taste. Luckily for me, it didn't go overboard. But I got a taste of what that feels like, you know? That had never happened to me before like that because my character is impeccable. I do what I say, and I say what I do. So I've had very, a handful of instances in my life of personally dealing with people who switched up on me because of what somebody else said. Because I'm too consistent. Very consistent. But even when you live your life in a consistent fashion, if the right person tells the right lie, it can get you to turn enemies to somebody who's on your team. That's why you got to question everything. That's why you even have to question your own people sometimes when they asking certain things. Not saying that they wrong, but ask a few questions. Because anything that's real can stand to reason. Anything that's real can stand to question. If you don't want to question something, it's because you don't want to know what's real. Stop bullshitting yourself. Anytime you refuse to question something, it's because you refuse to get down to what's real. So what they do, 9/11, put on some airplanes hitting the building and making it fall. You create an enemy. Americans didn't know what the fucking Afghani was in the September 10th, 2001. Run a plane through a building, not one Afghani on that goddamn plane, bunch of Saudi Arabians. But the media said, hey, blame those Afghanis. Got America scared. Got Americans afraid. And what happened? They passed the Patriot Act and put all them goddamn poppy fields down in Afghanistan. We still dealing with the Patriot Act to this day. Can't make a phone call without being spied on. Watching me. Oh. And you keep saying that I'm free. Thank you, Jill Scott. Jill Scott dropped this shit before 9/11. She dropped this shit before the Patriot Act. And you keep saying that I'm free. Jill Scott gave us that in 99, 2000. The Patriot Act happened a year later. And we've been watched ever since. Because we were scared and we allowed the government to create an enemy that didn't exist. That's how governments work. They create enemies that don't exist to get you to vote against your shit. So it evolved. It wasn't no 9/11 attacks during the pandemic. It was an attack of a virus. A virus that's fucking been around forever. Goddamn, during 2020, you would see Lysol said protects against COVID. Shit been around. But it made an enemy. And it made us give away our rights. Because people were like, we have a pandemic. You better take that jab. Damn, I don't care. What about the polio? People don't get polio no more. Well, polio study took 35 fucking years. Polio didn't become an official vaccine for 35 years. This shit been in the lab for 35 days. It's different, stupid. They created that enemy and allowed it to happen. Kick Donald Trump off the internet. Kick Alex Jones off the internet. And I'm like, no, dummy, no. No. All right, let me shut the fuck up. So now the right is back in control. And they have taken the term hate speech. And they have seized the term hate speech for themselves. Y'all see how that work, black people? Well, y'all going around saying, I'm not going to say the N-word. I'm not going to say this word because it mean that. No, dummy. Words mean what the fuck assignment you give them. It's called the power of fiat. Words have the power and the energy that you give them. Period. Point blank. You could take a word and use it. Hate speech was a word that was used against the right from Obama through Trump through Biden. And overnight, the right done took the motherfucking word back. And now they're using the word to push their agenda. Y'all see how quickly that happened? Hate speech just 9 months ago meant you were talking about someone from the LGBTQ community. You're going after a trans person. That was hate speech just 9 months ago. Let's not forget, Stop Asian Hate. Remember when Asians got a specific category overnight? One Asian gets robbed, one Asian business goes out of business, the world had to react. Stop Asian Hate. And it became a crime to say ching ching chow overnight. Before, that was just a funny joke. And then overnight, if you go, hate speech. No disrespect to the Asians. Just teaching. Giving an example. Overnight. But y'all started it. Y'all started it. And what makes black people extra stupid who get in the middle of it is, before a white person gets fired, before a white person faces a consequence, we are going to be the first to face those consequences. Always. And they started with our youth. It was white on white crime that killed Charlie Kirk. Now you got white folks, Governor Abbott, the governor Hot Wheels in Texas, the crippled handicapped bitch, putting up videos of black youth that were just mocking Charlie Kirk. This young brother got suspended. Got expelled from Texas State University for what I thought was a pretty funny joke.
Oh, buddy.
Fuck that nigga.
You're gonna get expelled, dude.
They called him a nigger. Heard that?
He's not real. He's not real. He's not real. Oh my
God. I'm not saying I would do that joke, but that shit was pretty goddamn funny. You saw they called him a dumb nigger, right? So who's to say what they told him before he did that? He was probably pushed into that by their comments. Brofly Lineage says, RNL starting to unite on releasing their files and cutting from Israel. Off some of Kirk murder and Lefty, all leading to plantier control. All right. Yeah, appreciate the super chat. Much appreciation. So, you see what's happening. They go after us first. And you didn't look when that boy got expelled 2 days ago, they weren't saying nothing. The left didn't come to these young black people's defense, did they? What happened with the left? The left just said, oh, that's just a couple of niggas. And then Jimmy Kimmel axed. They started fucking with a white boy they love. Ain't that right, Rocky? Ain't that right, Rocky? They started fucking with a white boy that they love. And what happened? What happened, Rocky? Now everybody's fucked. And they talking about taking free speech, and what they're doing is they're using free speech now as a political football. They're using free speech as a political football. Listen to what Gavin Newsom said. And watch what he said. I don't know if it was from his personal page or his governor page. Let me see here. It was something that Gavin Newsom said that I thought I had bookmarked. Here it is. Here it is. Now, you got Newsom left. I mean, you got Trump left. Gavin Newsom's trying to be Donald Trump now with all of his trolling, except he ain't as funny. He's now trying to become the champion of free speech. Look at this move Gavin Newsom's dirty ass is trying to make right now. All up and down this timeline, he's talking about free speech, controlling media platforms. This is the same Gavin Newsom that when it came to the jab, supported getting Trump kicked off of Twitter, supported anybody who was anti-jab. He was a supporter of censoring people who were anti-jab. Now, all of a sudden, he's becoming a champion of free speech. Y'all see how they play us? Kevin Black says speech is free depending on who's talking. You goddamn right. Love Wisdom says the left forgot that they started cancel culture. Right, with words we couldn't say, even on YouTube. Not to mention during the pandemic, they censored people. Freedom of speech isn't free because of the consequences. You goddamn right, Love Wisdom. Appreciate the super chat. James, I appreciate the super chat, the Cash App over here. Appreciate the Cash App, James. Y'all can Cash App $sign Dewan B1. Appreciate the Cash App, James. Malik, I appreciate the Cash App. Didn't get to say thanks yesterday. Christopher Ellis, Courtney G, Latrivia Lawson. Appreciate the Cash Apps, y'all. Star, oh shit. Star dropped one up in this motherfucker. Appreciate the Cash App. But you see, Newsom is down trying to play good cop. Let me tell y'all right now, neither is good cop. They're both bad cop. To me, there's an obvious attempt that they're going to go after free speech in our First Amendment right. The last time there was any major shift in free speech was, I think, 1969, when they added like speech that incites violence. They're about to put up a major challenge, and so what they're trying to do is they're playing good cop, bad cop when both sides want to limit our speech. Both sides, neither side want us to be able to talk negatively of government. The left showed that when their agenda was a virus. The right is showing that through the agenda of white supremacy. Charlie Cook represented, and I said Cook, he represented open white supremacy again. And the right wants to make sure that the whites, they're trying to bring back censorship, but censorship except for when it's white supremacy. They want that white supremacist caveat in censorship. Okay? And that's why Charlie Cook means so much to them. You said the volume went low? The volume did go low. Why the fuck did the volume go low? I don't know. That's YouTube, y'all. I see y'all said the volume went. It did go low. It did go low. It ain't my fault though. Like, all my shit, is that it? Y'all good? Is that it? Yeah, it did go low. How about now? I'm seeing it get up to, let me just move my, look. They trying to fuck with the stream, y'all. That's what it is. I'm looking at my thing and it is showing that it's low. Y'all not tripping. I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out on my shit, but I'm gonna keep going. Bring your shit up. Bring my mic up. Fuck them. We gonna keep talking. What's up, Aries, Damien? Appreciate y'all. Both sides want freedom of speech limited. They do not want us speaking against different governmental agendas. They don't want that. They don't want us doing that. Whatever agenda that they're pushing, they want us to blindly accept. So on one hand, they're going to play good cop and bad cop. We're trying to save you because this virus is going to take us all right. Let's all ban people who talks against it. Yeah! You're white. They're trying to take America from you. They get all of these welfare benefits. Now they control how you speak. Don't let them talk about Charlie Kirk. He's one of ours. He represents freedom and freedom of speech. Yeah! Fuck the other side. Yeah! And they got people playing good cop, bad cop, when the game is to take all this shit from all of us. That's the game. Like Ice Cube says, who's the Mac?
One of these motherfuckers.
You gotta ask yourself, who's the Mac? Who's the motherfucking Mac?
It's Ice Cube, and you know that I'm a Mac in my own right. When it comes to
Gotta ask that question. Who's the Mac? Is it the brother in the big hat thinking he can get any bitch with a good rap? Or is it the person that's that politician in the silky shiny 3-piece suit? Ice Cube gave it, and I think I'm gonna review Ice Cube's new album. His new album is dope. Ice Cube's new album is dope, man.
the army.
Cube told us, I want to kill Sam because he ain't my motherfucking uncle. Uncle Sam ain't for none of us. So when it come down to it, that's what we have. We have these people playing good cop, bad cop against us. They got you because of some shit that they invented that other people said about you, hating the other people, to where so much to the point to where you want to take their right to speak. Remember, when you take somebody else's right to speak, you take yours. That's why black folks with this whole Jimmy Kimmel shit, I'm out of it. The left has been going this way for a long time. You knew this shit was coming back. There's nothing I can do to stop Get Back. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Nothing you can do about it. The stylistics told you that. The stylistics said that. Dog, it's a dog. Music from the 70s will have you right, goddammit. And 80s and 90s hip-hop will have you right. You listen to music hip-hop pre-95, R&B in the 70s, it will have you right. All this shit we dealing with, the 70s R&B put the game in our systems, let us know this shit coming, how to deal with it. Payback is a dog. So it's nothing, black folks, we got to sit and grab our popcorn. But going back to the cards, what did I say on this very show? I said, as we get into the fall, what did I say is going to happen late summer into the fall? It's about to get cracking. Is it not getting cracking right now, y'all? Sherelle Bryan make a great point. Jimmy Kimmel wore blackface back in the day. One, that didn't get him banned. Matter of fact, wearing blackface got him a late night TV gig. Oh, you just found that out? Yeah, he been wearing that blackface. Yeah. I'm like, hey, it's all. What's up, Great Black Shark? A.T. Elliott. It's always. What's up, Quan? It's always a joke when it comes to us. Black people, we got to understand this. We are America's beta test. All right? We're the beta test. America, whatever confusion, whatever rights they want to take away, whatever bullshit they want to inject on the larger society or around the world, they put black Americans through it first. Because the world and the rest of America is insensitive to our plight. The world is insensitive to what America subjects us to. We come to find out that the crack epidemic was a government-run thing. Do you have any people like Candace Owens or Charlie Kirk going around talking about that? No, they talk about the result of the crack epidemic, the Negroes and the ratchets and the bonnet-wearing broads that you see. The bonnet-wearing broads are the result of the crack generation. People, anybody's wearing a bonnet and goddamn going outside to the airport, they mama or they grandmama was a crackhead probably. Or was raised in crack-like conditions. Because not all black women do that. The women who do that, either them or their parents were raised in crack-like conditions. That's why I don't go too hard on the bonnet wearers. I understand that they're victims of a particular circumstance that was imposed on them by the government that runs them. Now, I stay away from the bonnet wearing brides. I was in the spot. I was in a chicken joint yesterday with a chicken with a. I was in Ramona's. Y'all know Ramona's. I'm a nigga. If you black in LA, you know about Ramona's. I was on the Ramona's on Western. Came in with a bonnet. I'm like, let me stay the fuck away from her. That's poison. But at the same time, I'm not going to use my microphone to criticize her. I know that she is the condition of an experiment that America put her through. Now she can say, far the fuck away from me, because I don't want to deal with bonnet broad problems. Bras that wear bonnets bring a set of problems that I don't want to deal with. But I'm not about to sit there and use them as an example the way Charlie Kirk did. They put us through these conditions and then mock the results of the conditions that they put us through. And to make it worse, not only do they mock the conditions that put it through, they make jokes of it. And it makes it really bad is, these are the most sensitive bitches on earth. Let me get down to you right-wingers. Yeah, I get it. This is payback. I get it. Y'all wanted y'all get back on the left wing. I get it. Fine. But y'all some hoes. For real. The way y'all crying, Megyn Kelly, Glenn Beck, it's the left, it's the right. No, it's you. Right wing. Left wing too. But right wing, it's on you now. Because y'all the ones that's acting like the biggest bitches in the room right now. Y'all talk about the left wing protecting gay people. Y'all acting worse. crying because one person got shot. You know how many black people had to see get shot? You know how much DNA memory we have of the town business owner, the town mayor, the people who are the most progressive in town getting lynched? King, Huey Newton, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Bunchy Carter. We can go down the line. Y'all just had one. Fucking punks. Put on your big boy suits and deal with it. Stop acting like bitches because one person died. The world don't stop because one person you like got whoopty whamp, boomty bam. And stop always pointing at the left. The right wing, y'all 9 out of 10 of these crazy ass shootings. At some point, white supremacists, you're going to have to look in the mirror. You're not going to kick enough black people out of college to avoid looking in that mirror. You're not going to cancel enough late night TV shows to avoid looking in that mirror. You can't fire enough people from work to avoid from looking in that mirror. At some point, you're going to have to look in that mirror. Bitches. And I say that with all my heart. Y'all some hoes. Flat out hoes. Everybody take a loss. People in Iraq had to see their president go down. People in Libya, Gaddafi, people all throughout Africa, South America, Asia, Middle East, had to see people that they love get taken out by a bullet made here in America. We live in a violent world. And unfortunately, this happens. I'm not over here advocating. I don't want to see people die. I believe in civil discourse. But unfortunately, because we live in a violent world, it happens. Now, because it happens to you, Megyn Kelly, y'all want to start bringing up black people, bringing up the left, bringing up these people. No. Y'all got sour pussies, Megyn Kelly, that birth sour ass kids, and you raise them in a sour ass environment, and you teach them how to shoot guns, and they bring your sour ass upbringing with them sour ass guns, and they come sour up the rest of us. Some point, y'all gonna have to look in the mirror. Trying to blame all white folks ain't bad. And I stand by that. It's some cool white folks out there that ain't part of the bullshit. But since they generally don't speak up, and the reason why they don't speak up is because they scared of bitches like you, Megyn Kelly. But since they don't speak up, I can't say nothing for them. What I need is for the good white folks out there, and I know you're out there, I need y'all to stand up to your own people. Because they don't listen to us. They don't listen to us. I'm speaking to black people. White people ain't going to listen to me. So if you're a white person, if you're a white adjacent, Asian, and you Latino, and you sympathize with white supremacy, it's on you to speak to your people. Your people will never listen to me in 1,000 years. Y'all gonna have to find some John Browns in your community. That's right. Great Black Shark. Y'all gonna have to find y'all John Browns. Take some accountability. Make sure the fathers are at home. And not only are the fathers at home, they're raising moral, just young men and women. I got this to say before we get out of here. Y'all been acting like hoes. Y'all acting like hoes. Stop being hoes. Man up, woman up, chin up, shoulders back. At attention. Open your eyes and stare at your problems. And those problems that you're staring at, they start in the mirror. If you look anywhere beyond the mirror, you've been a hoe. And nothing gets done being a hoe. You use that wholeness of yours to dig up the bullshit and plant new seeds of non-wholeness. Stop being Stop being hoes. 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 Alright? Don't be a hoe. I'm not gonna take any phone calls because I'm gonna come back with y'all tonight. Tonight we can talk on the night. I'll be on my phone, talking to y'all live from my phone so I can read y'all questions. Right? So stop being hoes. And understand that for the rest of us gotta understand that the world, we have to be the leaders. This is where we draw back. We don't jump in the fight, but we keep saying what we have to say. They ain't about to censor me. You know how to be smart and not use certain words. But you keep speaking truth to power. Because we Americans, Jack, and all the rights that we have as Americans, we earned. We earned these rights, and all rights must be defended. No rights are guaranteed through perpetuity. All rights are going to come up to a challenge at some point. And when that challenge comes, you face it down and take it. All right? Thank y'all again for listening. And remember, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Also, add the channel, I keep forgetting, add the channel Incense and Ashtrays, y'all, on YouTube. Add Incense and Ashtrays. We're putting up, me and the time, we're putting up clips to my lowrider interview I did with the lady who coined the term lowrider, Miss Berta Bell. And we're gonna put the full interview up on that channel, Incense and Ashtrays. So go to Incense and Ashtrays, find that right now, add it. A lot of my music content is gonna be over on that channel. A lot of my music content, my music interviews, and my that kind of stuff is gonna be over on Incense and Ashtrays. All right. Y'all have a good one. We out.